Welcome back to Network Africa. Kenya's Health Minister Cleophas Mailu has visited patients and staff at Kenyatta's National Hospital in Nairobi days after doctors called off their 3-month-long strike. Medical workers have been returning to work over the past few days and hundreds of patients have been attended to. Meanwhile, Mr. Mailu denied claims that foreign doctors were favored over Kenyans in new hirings. He added that Kenyan doctors who had not been employed by the government hospitals had chosen not to be hired. This comes after Tanzania on Saturday agreed to send 500 doctors to Kenya. About 5,000 doctors at Kenya's public hospitals halted work in December to demand better pay and conditions. The strike ended last Tuesday. 2 South African police officers will appear at Johannesburg's magistrate court later to face corruption charges. The city councillor responsible for safety, Michael Son, said in a statement that he had seen video footage of 2 unknown men emptying their pockets and handing the contents to the officers who were sitting inside their patrol vehicle. He added that the incident is believed to have taken place on Saturday morning near Albertina Sisulu Street in Bez Valley. The 2 officers who have not been named have been detained at Jeppe Police Station and will be dismissed if found guilty. Meanwhile, the South Africa Police has revealed that 5 people have been arrested in connection to a daring robbery at the South Africa main airport, which happened 2 weeks ago. Local media report says one of the suspects was held after he posted a picture of himself on social media posing next to his newly acquired sports car. The men are expected to appear at the magistrate court today. 2 weeks ago, a group of men driving in bogus police vehicles dressed in police uniforms entered a security zone at Johannesburg's O.R. Tambo International Airport and held up guards who were protecting a container full of millions of dollars in cash in various currencies. Despite having 1 million hectares of arable land suited for coconut farming, Nigeria is yet to produce enough coconuts to meet local demand, which has forced traders to rely on other West African markets. With the government drive to boost the agriculture sector, traders and processors are calling for more investment and support for farmers to help boost coconut production at home.
Located in Nigeria's commercial capital, Lagos, Greensprout Industries is one of the many startups that are positioning themselves to benefit from a boost in the country's agriculture sector. Started in 2016 by 2 friends who saw an opportunity to supply fresh coconut water, the company targets clients in Lagos, Port Harcourt and Abuja. Once extracted from the green coconuts, the water is manually distilled, no additives or preservatives are added. Ese Igbogun is a co-founder of Greensprout. She says there's a huge market for coconuts that is yet to be tapped.
In the last 2 years or so, we've seen this upsurge in coconut byproducts. We've seen coconut oils everywhere. We've seen people make soaps from coconut oils as well. And then we are seeing, like us, coconut water coming to the market. So I think that it definitely will grow. We're already seeing that initial ramping up that's taking place. That's only going to grow. But we have to make sure that we have enough coconuts in Nigeria to meet the demand that's out there.
Coconuts are versatile fruits used for their water, flesh and husk in various industries like food and cosmetics. The coconut water is later bottled and frozen before distribution. Coconut water is rich in potassium and is an effective rehydration drink. They are grown in the country's coastal areas, but Nigeria is yet to significantly invest in the business. Jibril Adisa is an agricultural analyst based in Lagos.
Between $1 billion and about $2.5 billion is what's missing, or what exists that we can tap into, which we are not tapping into because the market is very huge. I've just told you of the copra, the coconut oil, coconut milk, the coconut meat itself, the husks and all of that, which can also be exported, which we are not tapping into. So the net worth again is, you could say, anywhere between $1 billion and $2.5 billion.
Nigeria's government is now working in reinvigorating an agriculture sector that in the 1960s was the top source of employment and was once the biggest contributor to the GDP. Meanwhile, coconut traders have to rely on supply from other West African countries like Ghana and Benin. Coconuts are mostly grown by small-scale farmers in the country. The government says it's working on plans to distribute hybrid seeds to farmers that can yield fruit in less than 4 years.
Finally at the program, the Cape Town Carnival has become a high point of note on the annual events calendar in South Africa. Thousands of spectators were entertained with amazing music, dance and costume parade as the Cape Town Carnival wound its way along the Greenpoint Fun Walk, much to the delight of more than 50,000 spectators.
A splendid carnival opened in Cape Town within the magnificent display of fireworks in the capital city of South Africa. After Cape Town Mayor Priscilla de Lille announced the opening of the annual event, the parade began. With the motorcade leading the way, the splendid and extravagant floats were moving slowly towards the more than 50,000 spectators. The floats were made up of firefighters and agricultural workers and other people. While the floats were inching forward, the people on floats were doing all kinds of performances. With Ocean Odyssey as the theme, this year's event focused on the blue color of the coastal city and stressed the protection of the sea and marine life.
We usually see it on TV, so this is something nice for us to see it in Cape Town live. So we enjoyed it as a family.
What merits mentioning is the performance presented by the local Chinese Hoxin Performing Arts Group. They joined the local artists in performing Yonggi, dragon and lion dances to exhibit the charm of the traditional Chinese arts. It was learned that it was the first time for local Chinese to join in the Grand Carnival.
We welcome our Chinese brothers and sisters, and they've also been assisting us with the training people to build these floats. And, you know, we would like to make it an international event because there's a big Chinese community also living in Cape Town, and it's good to have the Chinese community part of the carnival this year.
Initially held in 2010, the Cape Town Carnival has gradually been injected with local diversity of culture, making it acquire the special features of Africa. The annual event has boosted the local tourism as well.
And that's it on Network Africa. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Temitope Fagini.